I know it's kinda late to talk about it now, but One Direct Priority made me fall in love with anime again. It has it all, a deep and amusing story to follow, extremely likable and relatable characters, a very distinctive and unique art style, a banger opening, and beautiful animations that are a pure joy to look at. You may argue that you could name dozens of other series like this, and yeah, I absolutely agree, but there's something about this particular series that stuck deeply with me. Our main protagonist is Ai Otto, a 14-year-old girl with heterochromia. She temporarily stops attending school because her only friend, a girl called Koito Nagase, committed suicide by jumping off the school's building roof. This led Ai to feel very depressed and isolating herself from everyone. One day, while taking a walk during the night, she finds and buries a dead firefly that, shortly after, resurrects and leads her to a very curious place. Here she finds a vending machine. The firefly offers her a play on the house. Ai turns the knob and an egg comes out. She wakes up at home the next day and, not really knowing what to do with it, she considers many different possibilities. The night comes and she decides to go out again, but after leaving her front door, she finds herself inside her school. After getting angrily incited to break the egg by a speaking roll of toilet paper, she finally smashes it on the floor. The egg cracks, grows, and then explodes. There's now a girl in its place. Shortly after, they're being chased by a demonic-looking woman and a myriad of small creepy creatures we later find out are called Xeno Evils. After an erratic chase sequence, the two girls momentarily part ways. Once Ai reaches the rooftop, she discovers a stone statue that looks exactly like her deceased friend, placed in the same spot she jumped from. Ai then sits there and remembers how they met. And weirdly enough, the statue also sheds a tear. The girl from before reappears, but is still being chased by the creatures. Ai, after encouraging herself, leaps from the building. Her multicolor pen transforms into a mace and she manages to defeat the demonic woman. The girl reveals her name. They shake hands and poof, she disappears into thin air. We then discover that the mysterious vending machine actually sells people, or more specifically, girls whose lives ended because of suicide. A mysterious voice tells Ai that she'll need to keep on buying them and saving these girls in order to bring her friend back to life. A bit later, she meets other girls that found themselves in the same absurd situation. First, we get to know Neiru, a quiet girl that at the beginning comes off as cold and not interested to interact with others. Although being very young, she is the president of a big company. She had a sister that tried to kill her by stabbing her multiple times, only to later jump off a bridge, killing herself. Neiru is buying the eggs in order to save her sister, although her feelings for her are very complex. Then we meet Rika Kawaii, a very outspoken and energetic girl. She used to be in a small idol band. Her biggest fan was a girl named Chiemi, that went so far as shoplifting in order to give her gifts. Trying to make her stop doing this, Rika insulted her for being overweight and said that they could never be friends. This was obviously in order to make Chiemi hate her and stop shoplifting. Only later though, Rika discovered that the girl, she starved herself to death. Now Rika is buying the eggs in order to bring Chiemi back to life. The last of the four girls is Momoe Sawaki. Due to her androgynous appearance, she often gets mistaken for a boy. At school, only one girl, Haruka, treated her as a female. However, one day she made romantic advances toward Momoe that, stunned and scared, rejected her. Later, Haruka committed suicide, and Momoe is now buying the eggs to save her, because she feels guilty for her death. We also meet Aka and Uraka. They live in the egg world and are often seen sitting on a table in a beautiful garden covered with flowers and playing Go, an old Chinese game. They're the ones who serve as guides for the four girls. Their appearance is that of a mannequin, so it's basically impossible to read their emotions. We also get to know Shuichiro Sawaki, Ai's teacher that often comes by to visit her. Now, although this anime covers some quite heavy and quite difficult subjects to deal with, suicide, physical and emotional abuse, the struggles of the LGBTQ+ community members, and so on. But the way the series manages to touch upon all of these is so incredibly delicate and tasteful. It portrays all these different characters and makes you sympathize with them immediately. For example, a girl that was continuously being groped on the train speaks up for herself and points out the molester, only to later find out that the man was an executive at the same company where her father worked. Her father gets fired, and her mom, that one person that everybody would expect to stay by her side, she blamed her for not just putting up with the groping. She goes so far as to say that the man was touching her because she was very cute. This is what I mean. This anime talks about these heart-wrenching episodes, but it does so through these lovable and unidealist characters. Some could say that this might make these situations feel less serious, but I think that it only makes them more real and deep. The desire to have friends, the pain of bringing someone so much pain that they just couldn't live with it, or the struggle to understand your own feelings. This anime talks about young girls that live with these struggles, and that try to do their best to overcome them. I also wanted to note the fact that the animation in this series is just jaw-dropping. All these bright and vibrant colors that create contrast with the dark tones of the story are what brings this anime from being amazing to being, at least in my opinion, one of the best series of the last decade. The same can be said about the soundtrack. The opening of this anime is such a powerful yet delicate song that fits the vibe of the show like a glove. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope that you liked it, and if you did, well, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll be doing a lot of these videos in the future, so thank you very much again, and goodbye.